In the short term, Bitcoin is still looking pretty dangerous right here, but do not get fooled because it looks like we are currently nearing the end of this Bitcoin dump. So we want to be talking about the next most important support levels, our momentum, because currently it is still going towards the downside, and many more indicators that we want to have a look in towards. So guys, without further ado, can we break a new record and smash the likes up above the 50 likes? And without further ado, let's start off with our short-term analysis and then move towards the longer-term charts. Looking at the short term, we are currently experiencing an exponential move towards the downside. At the same time, the funding rates are starting to flip negative, and we are seeing this massive resistances being retested. And also, we are currently trading in a weekend, so this is very important to keep in mind. Okay, so for the short term, there are a few things that you want to be having a look in towards. Because yeah, currently we are creating this exponential move towards the downside, and we do know to either way, towards the upside or towards the downside, all of these exponential moves will end sooner rather than later. And yes, if we are able to break back above this resistance level right here, I do think at that moment this exponential move towards the downside will end. So this is also the reason why these resistance levels are so important. If we are able to reclaim this resistance, well, then we can definitely have a look in towards our next resistance area, which is going to be at about the 28.7k. And also right here, our funding rates are starting to flip negative, which we wanted to be having a look into us, because this means that there are more shorters in the market than there are people long. And of course, we do know the majority is most of the time wrong in the market, but for now, it is more likely that the trend is actually going to continue towards the downside, because well, the trend is more likely to continue than it is going to be reversing. Also, we are still not creating any bullish divergences, and also we are not yet reaching the most important support levels. So in my opinion, it will be more likely that we will be continuing this downwards trend unless we can be breaking above our resistance. But then also having a look in towards this chart right here, because we are currently trading in a weekend, but most of the times you can be seeing that the prices will consolidate at about the level where the CME futures chart has closed. So in this case, that would be 27.3k, and if we were to be creating any CME gaps, well, I'm going to be expecting that next week it will get filled. Just like we did over here, we created a small CME gap, but it got filled right here, right after. Right here as well, we created the CME gap, but we filled it right here. And right here as well, we created a CME gap, but right after it got filled. And also time and time again, as you can be previously seeing. So yeah, very important. But then having a look into our longer term charts, well, we are still getting this rejection. And previously around, we got an average rejection of 14.5%. And currently we are almost reaching this target. Alright, and this target would be at about this support level right here at about 26.5k, which I think for Bitcoin is going to be providing us some very strong support coming next week. And then having a look into our rising wedge formation, well, we are currently as well still breaking out towards the downside, and we have not yet reached our target, which would be all the way down towards the 24k level, which in my opinion, I do not think is very likely to get reached. I rather think that this orange support level will get reached, and from of that level, we are likely to turn around once again towards the upside, because we are already pretty close towards a reversal right here. Having a look into our momentum indicators, and also in towards this chart right here, because of course we are going parabolically towards the upside. Keep that in mind. Our super trend indicator is still bullish, and from of the past, well, it has always been very accurate. Also, our EMA ribbons are also still in an uptrend. So yeah, it is very likely that this trend will just continue towards the upside. And also having a look into the MACD indicator on the 3-day time frame, well, previously around, you can be seeing that all of these times we flipped bearish on the MACD indicator, well, it has presented for a very good buying opportunity. So yeah, that is very important to keep in mind. Now, it does look like we might be having some more downwards momentum to go. Having a look into our daily money flow indicator index, right there, we can still get a further rejection towards the downside. And that would also be the reason why I think the 25k target can still get reached. Then also, what will be very important is to keep your eyes out on the first week of May, because what you can be seeing is a lot of important events are going to be happening. For example, the Fed interest rate and also the ECB interest rate decision that we do want to be having a look in towards. So guys, be sure to be following me on Twitter to stay up to date about every single market development. And guys, with that being said, thank you for watching this update video, and I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning. And guys, bye bye.